Welcome back to the Saturday edition of the South African Morning. I'm Gareth Edwards. Irresponsible human behaviour is compromising our South African coastlines. A Durban-based environmental activist is gaining traction online with his sand dune rehabilitation project as it gears up to try and clean up the coast. The project is driving the replanting of coastal vegetation to stop the degradation of the dunes. They're incredibly important to that particular biome. They lead to plant and animal life vanishing if not looked after. Well, I'm joined by Andy Kerr himself, an environmental activist. Andy, good morning to you. Thanks very much for your time. I actually found you online after seeing a bunch of people resharing videos. I think it was a TikTok video that you were putting up on social media. Just tell me where this idea came from. Obviously, it's a great initiative, but why you? Why did you decide to pick up the baton and the plastic bag and go and do this?
It's a good question. I mean, there's actually so many reasons behind it. I think, this isn't firstly a project that's just kind of started up this year overnight. This year in particular, to be straightforward, I was very bored and locked down and had a lot of time in my hands. But this has been a project long time running. I mean, we started this in around 2008 when we noticed that the area over here in La Mercy Beach had received significant foot traffic, on reserve coastal areas. And protected vegetation has taken quite a knocking. And we've seen quite an increase in human traffic with development up the north coast, especially since King Shaka Airport has been in here, just gone in just up the road. And, it's just kind of our obligation as residents in the area to take a little bit of care and pride over our beaches. Personally, just to be able to actually take a walk on the beach without having to collect rubbish would be a nice thing for me. And it's just in the last 10 years not been a possibility. So this is kind of what prompted the Sand Dune Rehabilitation Project. And it's gained a lot of traction on TikTok and Instagram. And we've had a lot of people come forward and wanting to now kind of get involved and do their little thing. So it's cool,
We're going to talk about how people can get involved, not just for those living in the north coast of KZN. It's obviously a very popular area, but there's a lot of beaches around South Africa, which someone watching now, Andy, might be watching you and I have this conversation and go, I could do that in my local beach, wherever that might be. But I'll get to that in a moment. Just help me understand, from a biome perspective, without getting too biological and environmental on this, the importance of dunes. They're not just fun to slide down on a board. No. They're actually very, very important to keeping the beaches in the kind of pristine shape that we need.
Correct. And if you have a look with not to get too environmental, but with rising sea levels and stuff, especially over the recent 10 years, we've seen a lot of coastal areas like Umhlanga Rocks, Umhloti, even parts of Durban beachfront that have, been at the peril of Mother Nature. And she's come there and she's smashed infrastructure, destroyed promenades, roads, etc. So this is kind of in our part. We haven't had it yet. We've had maybe one incident where a wave jumped over in some storms about 12 years ago. And that was what prompted us to get started on the Dune Rehabilitation Project. That, you don't have to come in with reinforcing big engineering kind of projects like they've had to do, reinforce the promenade along Umhlanga Rocks, etc. We've been able to literally just put some plants in, keep the natural ecosystem. It's permaculture, and it sustains itself, and holds the dunes intact and prevents the ocean from washing up onto our roads another day.
Yeah, it's only, I think, when those who aren't involved in projects like yours start seeing visuals here on ENCA of roads collapsing and bridges giving way that we begin to understand the impact of the sea and what those dunes are doing to protect the infrastructure. Andy, I've just got a little while left with you. I said I do want people to get involved with you and projects similar to yours. In the last minute I have with you, where can people find you? Is it the socials, as I think kids are calling it these days?
Yes, indeed. I'm just literally saying to everyone, find me on any social media network of choice. I'm literally on them all. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we're just trying to put the word out there. If anyone wants to get involved in this project, they're more than welcome to come help me, dig in some plants. We can collect some rubbish on the weekends. And we are looking forward to, going ahead to doing something in Durban as well. So we're going to be collaborating with a couple of other environmentalists and doing some stuff. So by all means, if anyone out there is curious, wants to get involved, just interested, make some new friends of an environmental sort, then hit me up. I'm on social media. The handle's Andy Kerr 031. And as I said, I'm literally on all of the networks.
It won't be difficult to find you. I found you along with a few of my friends as well. That's how I organised this particular chat with you. Andy Kerr, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much for your time, Gareth. I really do appreciate it.
It's an absolute pleasure. I think, especially now with lockdown, the beaches are closed. Now is probably a very good time to actually get out there and try and make a difference before we all start flooding the beaches again. Andy Kerr, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Gareth.
Durban-based environmental activist, the Sand Dune Rehabilitation Project. Such a clever idea as well. Now's the time to get involved as well.